everyone, Erin here. This is normally when we do a casual garden stroll. We're gonna do a little bit of that, but a few little winter jobs too. So I don't know if this is like kind of more of a vlog type of thing, or it doesn't really matter what it is. We're gonna go check out some stuff. It is a beautiful day here. So beautiful that the dogs really wanna go for a WALK. But there's Darwin. Dorothy's here. No, that's Dorothy. I can't tell when I'm looking backwards on it. Anyway, beautiful day. Sun is out. It's not too terribly cold. This week we got one day with a lot of rain, like inches of rain. If it had been snow, it would have been a lot of snow. I'm not unhappy about that rain. I feel like I'm actually quite happy with the amount of moisture we've gotten this winter, because I feel like that water's going somewhere, and I'm happy it's watering the plants. Then we got a little bit of snow followed by a little bit of ice. So it's not bad though. So I want to go show you something first that is very exciting. All right, join me for a little walk into the woods, which I was tromping around in the other day and found something very exciting. Well, first, I'll show you something not so exciting, which is this buck rub on one of this. This is a birch. I forgot to put protection around these this year, so that is buck rub. It goes not quite all the way around. Oh, it goes. Well, no, it's pretty much all the way around. So I'm going to guess I will lose that stem, unfortunately. This is a sign of, I think this was buck rub on this maple when it was young. And it has more or less recovered from it, I think. But this is a very quick growing maple that we planted as a bare root. And I don't know if that will decrease its total lifespan or not. Okay, now I have to look very carefully for what I want to show you here. It's always amazing to me. This is, I think this might be like Dame's rocket through here. It's always amazing to me how that stuff is still green. But the exciting bit is, where did I see it? All right, here's what I was looking for. Right here. Do you see this little shoot coming up here and here? This is the start of skunk cabbage flowers. The flowers come out first on skunk cabbage. They look like purple horns. I've never caught them this early before. I mean, I'm sure they've been here this early before. It's just that I've never noticed them because I'm not usually tromping around in the woods. I have seen the purple flowers, like fully developed flowers, in February before. So, and I actually did see, this is one, I broke off a little leaf yesterday when I found them out here because I wanted to give it a little bit of a sniff to make sure it was skunk cabbage, and it is, because when you break them, you can smell them. But once you see one, you start looking around and you can see more of them throughout the woods. So that is like a sign of spring, basically. Why is this a piece of concrete in the middle of my, why is this here? Why is there a piece of concrete in the middle of my creek? I have never noticed this before. What is this doing here? I don't know. The stories this place could tell, right? Okay, so that is my big exciting find for the day. The other thing that you can see that is still green through here, Darwin, move your face, please. This is garlic mustard weed, and nearby is creeping Charlie. So all the weeds are healthy and looking green. Great. All right, the next thing I want to do is go into the basement. Now this is where I keep all the cold storage stuff, dahlias, banana, etc. So I control, let me see if I can back you up here a little bit. No, there we go. I control the temperature here by opening and closing these doors that we made out of foam board insulation. Now, it's been quite variable this year because this room will get very, very cold, too cold for storing that stuff. So I was finding myself leaving these open more often, and I was worried about the amount of light that goes in there. So I bought this is just a cheap $6 shower curtain that I hung up there. So let's go in here. There's a light in here. This is also our well room. I want to check out, oh, see, it's too warm in here right now. I can tell already. Let's see what the temperature is. Oh, actually, it's not. It's 43 degrees in here right now. Amazing. Okay, here's the banana. There's the, if you recall, I saved a bunch of geraniums. There's the geraniums. But the main reason I want to keep it, well, there's two reasons I want to keep it dark in here. One is the banana, and two is there's this Little Miss Figgy fig here. And that will start budding out if it gets in the light. So that's not great. I have my garlic. This is where we keep the garlic harvest back here. Let me uncover some dahlias because I want to check on the dahlias. Okay, we are uncovering together. So I have all my dahlias stacked up here with garbage bags around them, which helps control the humidity in them. So I can take those garbage bags off and on. I use burlap sacks to line these collapsible pool crates. And then I use pet bedding. This is actually the same pet bedding that I used last year. This is my first check on the dahlias this year. So let's just stick a hand in there and see what we got. Okay, so this feels really firm to me, which is what I'm looking for. I'm a little worried. I don't know if you can see, but right there is where I stamped it with the name, and I can barely read that. So God, I hope I'm going to be able to read my names. I will probably dig a little. Oh, see, it feels a little, well, today it's just cold. This is, Buttercup. So that's great. These are ones that I want to actually pull out some of these at some point here, and I'm going to try to make some cuttings out of these. Okay, that, I'm happy with what I'm seeing there. So let's set this down, and I'm going to check a couple of boxes lower too. All right, so the point of checking on the dahlias is to correct something that might be going wrong or get rid of something if it's gone totally bad. So like if I pull out tubers and they're a little bit wrinkly, which would suggest too dry, I'll spritz this with a little bit of water. If I pull out tubers and they're mushy, I will throw them away because that's a sign that they got too cold perhaps. I pulled down the next one. This is Sandia Brocade. This looks pretty good, except for we've got a bad, right here, this is a bad tuber, and this one is shot. So what I'm going to do is quick grab a scissors, and we're going to cut that off, because I don't want that in there, because rot creates rot. Okay, so where is that? Yeah, that's not good to have on there. That definitely could have led to bad things. And actually, I'm going to cut that a little bit more. There we go. Okay, let me dig around some more here. Okay, so I just pulled this one out of the third box down, and this to me is reason to be a little bit concerned. Can you see how this one is kind of wrinkly? It's also a little bit soft. This is also a little wrinkly. And right here, do you see that? I'm seeing like a little bit of mildew on there, or mold on there. And I think this is from being too cold, to be honest. So I'm going to cut off those two little mildewy areas. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little spritz of water to this one. I also noticed something else with this, which is that I don't really have this one. These did not get super well covered. So if you look in here, there's a lot, they're not really nestled very well into the, I mean, this guy's fine. They're not really nestled very well into the wood shavings, which is, you know, I don't know, not great. I should probably maybe find some more and stick some more in there. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a spritz, though. All right, I can't find my little spritz thing, so I'm going to use my little bonsai sieves, for just a little bit of water. We're gonna like, this is like holy water style here. See if I can do this without just like dumping water. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of watering. This is my dog washing nozzle. This is a soap cup. Then you can set the top of this to have soap or just water. So it's just on water now. Highly recommend this for giving dogs baths. Okay, back out we go. So we are gonna go water the boxwoods in pots that are in the garage for the first time since they went in, which was right around Thanksgiving. And since we've had sort of these stretches of warmth, it's probably more important even to get some water in there. Oh my God, I'm so afraid to open up this door though. I never got around to cleaning this out before I put everything away. And I think it's a disaster in here. I don't want you to see. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but look, I found more pine bedding, so that's good. I forgot to tell you the other thing that's in here, which I think is a lost cause, but this is my diorama, Angel's fishing rod. And when I water this stuff in winter, it's not about like fully watering it till water runs out. It's just about keeping a little bit of moisture in the soil. So hard to do that holding the camera, so let me put this down. So I don't know if you can see underneath there, because again, disaster. But all these pots sit on foam insulation boards so that they don't freeze to the concrete floor in here. And these are just the 4 boxwoods that live in the circle garden. I have a little bit of water left, so any little bit of water always goes on the hemlock. Here's something to be said for winter gardening. I just finished all my garden chores for today. So there you go. Those 2 things, check on the dahlias and throw some water on the boxwoods. How nice is it to actually finish a list of chores? That never happens in summer. The list is just never ending. Here, I'll show you a couple of cool things in the garden here. I did notice this morning from the bathroom window that somebody has built a big, oh, that's a giant finger, nest in the tree, in the climbing hydrangea. I don't know if it kind of looks like a squirrel nest because it's like a lot of leaves. Anyway, I think that's a pretty darn good spot for a nest. I should get the drone out and fly the drone to see what the top of that tree looks like. Because I'm assuming it's probably like rotting from the top. This was, by the way, an old ash tree that succumbed to emerald ash borer. But the climbing hydrangea is already there, so we just cut it off at the top there. But I should check that out next time I get the drone out to see what that looks like. The other thing, and I don't know that you guys are gonna be able to notice this other than this beautiful blue sky, is that I'm looking over here at the beech tree, and it looks to me like there's little buds already. I mean, there should be, but it's always encouraging to see that there's signs of life, so that life will come back at some point. You got a stick there, man? Is that the best stick ever? We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but the Japanese forest grass is once again still sort of the star of the winter garden, I think. I think it's beautiful. We still have that movement and everything. What is not the star of the winter garden is the bobos, which have been nibbled on by deer and performed terribly last year. Did I tell you that I think the bobos are going out? We'll see though. Oh, and I guess it's probably time I can take this off. Here we go. Christmas down. Here's, speaking of buds, here's some buds on the rosy teacups dogwood. Those should be flower buds, I believe. So we'll hope that those all hold in there. If they do, looks like it should be another really good year of flowering. 2 years ago, it was amazing. Last year, it was less. And I think that makes sense. I don't think it's we expect trees, which are not that old, to flower like crazy every single year. That was planted in 2019 after I came back from a trip to Pennsylvania for the International Master Gardeners Conference, and went down to Chalet, right? That's what it's called, nurseries in Illinois, because I needed a Kinsley's Ghost honeysuckle, and I bought that while I was there. There's little buds on here. It's little maple. Oh, it's so good to see little signs of life. Meanwhile, hornbeam's still holding their leaves. Again, we've talked about this before. These are the guys in back here, which I love. It provides screening, even though they're deciduous. Fabulous. All right, well, there you go. I got my garden jobs done. It's a sunny day in Wisconsin. In fact, the only problem is that it's a terrible day to be a Packers fan, because I don't know what happened, but nothing good. So, all right, have a great day in your garden, everybody. We'll see you soon. I've been working on the edit for a bigger video for quite some time now, so hopefully that'll be out in the next couple of days here. And we'll see you soon. Have a great day in your garden, everybody. Bye-bye.